I don't know about you, but I think the time has come at last for lesbian sex poems. But not just any lesbian sex poems, no siree. It's time for lesbian sex poems written by a computer using technology that is now obsolete. Please welcome Erin Moure, who will now take us on an erotic journey through Pillage Laud.
This book is pillaged. And it's loud! Oh, that's the wrong loud, sorry. McProse, which helped me write this book, or which wrote this book, wrote an introduction to it, which doesn't appear in the book. So I thought I would start with that. Stand up, okay. The citizen couldn't run, and wine ignored her. A cheek key was crashing. The archive is a flood, and these cattle are energies. The maid of fungus, speech. Don't those arts end? The invention of devotion, what had the eye of sex measured? Because women had wiped you, your habit was dressing. Why have we dressed? These capes were my inventions. These were the veils, and to drive attain the wheel of fiction, and to stay was some virtue. The favorite shoe snaps. What was the anxiety of clothing requiring? Although I alone heap their partner between certain ground and the vested interest, whom couldn't the vigil of sheep silence? That was a joke. It was a joke. The emergence of tension breaks so verbal a beginning. Masks have spoken. These voices, these ants, were those murders. Had nothing avoided the lessons of sex? What archive won't some power glitch? You are plasters, but I need to practice. Pack rats, the crucial ambassadors, roughly hurry, and where would an idiom remain? Democracies stop so ethical a fabric. Between the form and my vegetable, text activate the dialects between the boats and my vagabond. Our sex claims to shift the deposits of power. To stand basically turned. She fell. I was my mat. The job of volition follows. So most of this book, I was just playing with this program called McProse, which doesn't exist anymore, in 1997. And as I was writing these poems, which I didn't know what they were about, but I noticed there was a lot of body parts in McProse. So that's kind of influenced the poems. As well, these characters emerged, which became extremely troublesome because there was I, you, and she. You can tell there's a triangular problem emerging there. Anyways, I'll just read you a little bit from Pillage 6, Blur Court, which is the point at which the narrator of these poems, I guess, has realized that it's hopeless. Her discussion of smoke has pointed to this silent bay, but I am this fever. To insist is my joke. Since I've poured this, the principle of shame, doctrine, shall achieve its passion. The muscle, action, practices. Some liked hydrogen, and airports had replied. Where have the partners grieved? Since to read was the effort, the airport of structure was her document's core. While the volley may speak, what had the strokes of pain warned? To leave partially agrees, my skin persuades this, so unclad a dictionary challenges us. If so, to so clear a prairie our whisper was landscape, the roof, the congress of affection. Climate, whom is no trace becoming, whom had the comedies of mercy confronted? She was my ending. I had surrendered, but an inspection was speed. Where toast emerged, nobody will come. The command of radar was my estuary. The crises are languages, verse typed, the chest especially. And then, as in all the poems, there's a little chorus line which should be murmured in the background. Airport, stroke, maid, toast, envelope, belt, whoosh, vagina. Chorus couldn't make it tonight. The vein was the river of sighs. You were so bold a passion. Have my articles reflected manners? Couldn't measures sigh? Desires are evenings. To crack is her affair. Although she had denied you, to enter was her America, and an emotion instantly pointed to you. The line vaporized a frontier. Although you are so slim a dish, her rhythm exactly dances. The platform of trouble was your envelope, but your wrist compelled music. The viola was vanishing. I was its lieutenant, but the back reached so bent a talent. To expand was a natural struggle. Had many stretched? Any hair, despite a muscle, revealed cocktails. A stadium is panicking. A writing desk shouted, but companions more sank. Won't any beauty strip an uncouth editor? After illusion was the skill of life, she will suffer. The model of escape will grip someone. Had neither swollen? If an invitation stood, a figure was going. What has hand acted on? Why could the maid of oxygen crack? Those are their versions. Airport, stroke, mate, toast, envelope, belt, whoosh, vagina. A chamber. May your vagina uncoil her frontier? To shake subjects her gear, leather had fitted. So mobile a chest could split where I had swollen. To extend, apparently cracks the vassal. A dove coupled us. Had so extra a bed exercised the shoulder's cloud? We have happened. I had underlain the mouth of exile. You store her. After you handled my top, I realized the breakfast of willow. To burst is my breast of sacrifice. Her attempt is your vestige. So vestigial a triumph lifts thought. Whom had the fresh poem mattered to? Steam is so impossible a coupling, and the threat of language forgives her. The forest of memory should go. To vibrate twisted leather between that memory and those beds. Airport, stroke, maid, toast, envelope, belt, whoosh, vagina. I'll go on, and that was just a bit of Pillage 6. Pillage 7, Burnaby, is of course entirely different from Pillage 6. First of all, the chorus line is doctrine, girl bath, library, essay, discipline, extend, hotels. I find the word essay belongs in sex poems. Anyway, this one here, the kind of the she and the her and the I all shift, and I mean I think she and you have vanished, and who knows what's going on in this one. I think she's taking care of her own problems. What should memory write? They were the balls. When a device was leather's insect, what were my beauties seizing for their archive? Girls were dramas between a regime and a couch, and the girl was their bath. The vitamin inside a radio burned. In the orbit between a routine and the library, you are her reports. The hand, your vixen. Rhythm demands her glance. To burn his cheek, can't the skin balance? This cell dances within the land's ventricle where you wouldn't wipe, my prince. Since a size grips pressure, their friend is owning the message. Could vengeance begin? She who is the site is this spot. So deep a porch named that stem, the fence of beauty shifted. Unless we are burning, whom am I opening? Palaces are so varied a split. The attached narrative is furnishing her, the treaty of the senses to every rushing girl. We were meats. A dare couldn't improve us. Doctrine, girl bath, library, essay. Discipline, extend, hotels. I'll just read one more. Pillage 8, Rachel Julien. What had so meaningless a book sheltered? Film will remove the chemical region between the valve and the message. While I am exposing this condition, what can't a state undergo? The library panicked. A shaking evening was a label. Had the wastes of electricity switched the words of worry? Though you fought to excite her, whom couldn't my plug dispute? Your drawing of her affection delivered the series, billing me. We were certain girls, and the observation of town, the restaurant, couldn't vanquish our fast joy. Why are certain ones companions? I unbent, but some virus in her website was the pool. To care directs the fig of veal, she said, and circumstance for song was your vagina. What were those pictures continuing? Why were you working? Until she is the river, the idiom produces it. So wild a chest, the trap of venison. Why is it vendetta traveling through the procedure? To shake robs her. The yo-yo of language had snapped. Speech, power exchange, metabolism, hospital lisp. Thank you.